My name is Jennifer Brunson, and these are my daughters, Ashley and Ariana. I would like to share some of my journey and what God has done in my life. Prior to the bridge, I was released from jail to a residential treatment center for women and children. I was in jail for 8 months, and I was so very grateful that I did not have my girls while in jail, as I had no one to care for them, and they would have been placed with DCS. 15 days after arriving, I gave birth to my twin daughters sober. It was there where I began to address the consequences of my addiction. My counselor's name was Lynette, and she's here tonight. I believe that God had placed her in my life, and for this I'm truly grateful. She was a tough counselor because she was very passionate about what she did. Lynette is also a Christian woman, and she directed me back to my faith I once had. My mother raised me to honor God, but I had put drugs as my God, and I lost so much. I began attending Bible study at the treatment center, and through this, my faith grew. I forgot where I was at. Lynette encouraged me to apply for the bridge, and at the time I was confused because I was already accepted to go to another program, but she insisted that I complete this application for the bridge program. God's plan, not mine. When I was called in for my interview, I was so surprised to see Dee, my Bible study leader, there. On February 22nd of 2006, my team came to pick me up with my 3-month-old daughters and all of our possessions in garbage bags. My team said to me, "We're here to take you home." I had not had a place I could call home for over 12 years. I began my journey to wholeness. Over the next 2.5 years, I began working on the wreckage of my past, cleaning up court fines, and getting my GED. I was 35 years old. I was struggling with the math portion, as it took me 6 attempts before finally passing the math. During this time, it had become very discouraging for me. My team continued to support and pray with me. Without them, I would have given up on my GED. I started looking for work, at this time, and due to my past, nobody wanted to hire me. I did find a job at Upper Crest Bakery, and let me tell you, this was a true Lucille Ball moment for me. Because as I was trying to ice these cinnamon rolls that were coming down quickly down the assembly line, I was unable to keep up with them, and they began piling up and falling on the floor. Oh my goodness, I felt so overwhelmed. I quit my job and I called Amy Sue. This was not the job that God had in store for me. And I would have to agree. My neighbor, a bridge mom, began speaking to me about peer support training, where I could work with others in recovery just like me. This was an area of interest for me, so Sally and I began to do the research, and together we found peer support training, and I began with Recovery Empowerment Network for my peer support training. I have maintained employment, and I have been at Cheers, a behavioral health recovery center, for 11 years, and today I celebrate 13 years of sobriety. I am now the intake coordinator. Can you believe that I'm working with those who are trying to get their GED? I'm even helping them with their math. It was 5 years after leaving the bridge as I continued cleaning up my debt when I was able to get a license and get a car. Traveling on the bus with two very young children at times was very complicated. My first day on the bus with 3-month-old twins, a bus driver that was not very nice, was quite an experience. I had to juggle both girls, a double stroller, diaper bag, and my purse. When I finally got on the bus, the double stroller kept unfolding and rolling down the aisle. This caused me to become very anxious and overwhelmed. As I related this to Amy Sue the next day, I looked over and I saw a single stroller and a front pack for a child. This is how the Lord blessed me and looked over me. He met my needs even before I knew what they were. As the girls were getting older, sometimes we would need to stop for breaks. Therefore, we would have to get off the bus, back on the bus, and sometimes this made for very long days. But I was blessed beyond measure because I was working, providing for my family, and I trusted God. I graduated from the bridge May of 2008. My team secretly flew my mother out from Illinois for my graduation. I had not seen my mother in many years. My mother passed away a year and a half later. I was so grateful for the time that I had with my mother because she was able to meet her twin granddaughters and she was able to see what God had done in my life. God had given her peace knowing that her Jenny Lynn was okay, as my mother prayed for me for many, many years. I have 5 other children, which I did not raise due to my addiction. God gave me a second chance at being a mother He intended me to be. My daughters are now 13 years old, and it has been amazing to watch these girls grow up and have the love that they have for Jesus. The Bridge to Hope laid the foundation of Christ. I went from a woman lacking hope to having a life that is full of love and a gift beyond measure. Today, I'm currently working with a realtor in hope to buy a home sometime in the not-too-distant future. The girls and I are even talking about what college they would like to attend. In a time I didn't believe the GED was attainable, today my daughters have a plan and a hope for a college. God is so good.
My name's Ariana. I'm grateful for the Bridge to Hope for helping my mother, because today we are a family and I have a life. When I was little, I was so surprised when I discovered some of my school friends didn't have a church team. I thought everybody had a church team. My sister and I like to play sports. I play the trombone and Ashley plays the clarinet. And we both are in honors math and we love school. My mother has taught us that no matter what happens in life, we will never give up and we will never lose faith. My name is Ashley. I'm grateful for the Bridge to Hope because when my mom needed help, they helped her. The Bridge to Hope is not just a ministry. In my eyes, they are my family. My church team is always there for me. My church team is more like my grandparents because I can talk to them about anything. On June 11th in Connie and Steve's living room, we gained a better understanding and decided to make a commitment and give our lives to Christ. This is important to us because not only did we decide to grow in our faith, but having Connie and Steve with us made a wonderful memory for us.
I would like to encourage everyone here tonight. God can use you in a mother's life. You can help guide her and teach her. You can be the reason her children grow up never remembering homelessness. I would like to thank my church team and the members of Bethany Bible Church for loving and accepting me for me. I would also like to thank the members of Bethany Bible Church for your compassion and your commitment, your heart for a woman you didn't know. The Lord put you in my life, and I am truly grateful. Thank you so much for supporting the Bridge to Hope. You mean so much to a mother. Thank you.